Do you really need a shoulder rest to play the violin? Hey Violiners, welcome back to the Violining Studio. Today we're discussing the pros and cons of using a shoulder rest versus not using one. Also, I'm going to get you set up if you want to use the shoulder rest or if you don't want to use the shoulder rest. So I can give you as many options as possible to find your perfect posture. And all that under 5 minutes. Let's go. First, I want to tell you a few pros of using a shoulder rest. It's going to give you a sense of stability in the beginning. If you're just starting out, you want to have consistency in your posture. So once you find a good posture, you have to make sure that every time you take your violin, it's actually in the same spot. Number two, it's going to give you a little bit of freedom in the left hand, so your left hand is not preoccupied with holding the violin. And number three, it's going to make your jaw and your neck and your shoulder a little bit more relaxed, so you'll avoid shoulder raising and pressing with your jaw in order to keep the violin in that nice spot. The cons of using a shoulder rest are always related to how you set it up. If you set it up wrong, it doesn't fit your collarbone and it causes neck tension, then it's time to change something. So make sure that you have your shoulder rest on properly. Let's talk about the pros and cons of not using a shoulder rest. When you're not using a shoulder rest, you do have direct contact with the violin. With that, you're letting it resonate and vibrate fully, and you're not closing it with anything on it. That being said, you have to find a very good position to hold it in order for the left hand not to overcompensate and hold really tight. And with that, we're getting to the cons of not using a shoulder rest. Now, in the beginning, when you're just starting out, you're going to feel like it's constantly slipping and moving and you're not able to find the perfect position. That happens only in the beginning. After a while, you kind of get a hold of it. The second thing, and this is very important, and this can stay with you for a long time if you don't pay attention to it, the left hand can start overcompensating and holding too tight in order for the violin not to fall. And therefore, it will cause tension. You might start raising your shoulder, you might start pressing with your jaw, and those are the cons of not using a shoulder rest. Before we get into how to set up the violin if you're using a shoulder rest or not using one, I just want to say that there is no right or wrong. There is only what's right for you. You have to try different things in order to find the perfect posture for yourself. So don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to turn the shoulder rest. Don't be afraid to adjust it or take it off, put a cushion there, put a towel there. Try different things and see what works for you. As promised, I'm going to give you a couple of options that you can try at home and see what works for you. We're going to hook one side of the shoulder rest on the bottom side of the violin. And now this side, we're going to take it over here, align it, and then slide it. That's it. There's no philosophy here. It's very simple. Put it in the middle like this. All right. Now, this is the starting point. You can turn it. You can make this part taller, this part shorter, as I did. And that's because I need a little bit more support here. There is more space between my chin and my collarbone here than here. So naturally here I need less height in the shoulder rest, and here I need more height in the shoulder rest. So you can try doing that. You can also try pushing this part that is right underneath the chin rest here, and this part that is at the collarbone here, a little bit like this. Look, crooked. And that's because sometimes if you need to put your violin a little bit more that way, or maybe that's more comfortable for you, that can help you. Or you can go the other way and put this a little bit more in, this a little bit more out. So experiment, really find your position, see what works for you. This is also pretty good for me, honestly. Like whatever I try with the shoulder rest is perfect. Okay, so that's how you set up a shoulder rest. Now we're gonna take it off and we're gonna get this little cushion here, this little towel. It's pretty soft. And I'm gonna put it on my collarbone here. I just wanted to say that I spent a few months in college without a shoulder rest, experimenting, and it was okay, but I decided it's not for me. I really like my shoulder rest. It gives me a sense of security. Okay, so we're gonna put the violin on directly on the collarbone. what's really important is for you to not start doing this, not doing this, okay? Be careful with your back and your shoulder. Also with your neck. Now that you don't have the shoulder rest, you don't have this big support here. So naturally, you're gonna have to turn a little bit more in order to hold the violin. That being said, the balance between the neck hold and the hand hold is a little bit more even here. So you have to hold it with your left hand as well, not just your neck, right? You should do that while you're playing with the shoulder rest too, but your hand feels a little bit more free. Over here, maybe not so much in the beginning, but later on, I'm sure that you're going to be able, if you stick with it, you're going to be able to play without one. Just make sure you don't compromise your form. So again, don't slap the violin and let it do this, or this, or this. You have to put this corner here, have a little bit of space, and that's how you play. Now, it's going to give you a little bit more freedom, so you'll find yourself adjusting more. But that's okay, you know, that's the beauty of it. Drop a comment and tell me, are you using a shoulder rest or not? And as always, don't forget to stay in tune with yourself.